just confidence is just important when you play like League professionally. It's just, you have to just be willing to like go for stuff. Maybe you'll mess it up and you have to be like, basically pick yourself up and go again, you know?
How are you?
I'm good.
How's this split been?
Pretty good so far. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
happy with it. It's early though, still. There's a lot to work on.
You guys are 7-1.
Yeah.
Like you're making playoffs for sure. And
mean-
not only that, like this is a good team.
I guess I'm happy, but it's just always looking forward, I guess. It's just, I mean, I think we're all like that. It's like cool to be 7-1, but it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah.
Playoffs is the only thing that actually matters.
With how did you end up on this team of ragtag guys plus the chosen one? That's JoJo.
It was just end of off season. I wanted to play. Like I did the coaching, and then in the off season I decided not to go MSI because I wanted to play. I was interviewing with Cloud9 for like assistant coach. They were maybe interested, but I didn't want to do it because I wanted to play. And then I was gonna join some of like one of the current academy teams, like the actual ones that pay you and you have housing.
Sure.
But then the EG thing came up like near the very end when I was almost gonna join the academy team.
Yeah.
And then obviously took the EG thing.
Yeah, it was LCS spot.
Yeah, enough said there.
At that point, did they give you a roster that you were playing around, or they said, "Hey, we want you to be our jungler"?
I was actually one of the earlier ones. The roster ideas were there, like they were considering a couple supports, but obviously Ayla was one of them.
Yeah.
JoJo was there, obviously.
Yeah.
Top was a few people, but Revenge was one of them. So like it was possible, but it wasn't guaranteed that this roster would be the exact roster. AD was like one of the last people actually. There were definitely, I forgot who, but there were definitely other possibilities for AD.
Yeah.
But I liked the general, I thought JoJo was good already, so, and the other players would all be like I thought they were fine. And I thought they were better than probably the community views them or whatever, right? So I thought we'd be middle of the pack anyway, so, obviously that's good, you know, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Already. Obviously right now we're first, but that was better than expected so far. Yeah.
We've seen this switch from coaching to player, or player to coaching back to player before. Tell me your experience with it. What was the biggest thing you learned going to coaching? So from a player to a coach first.
From a player to coach? From coaching, I learned the importance of draft and just being confident, I guess, even if you're not always, I don't know how to say it, just confidence is just important when you play League professionally. It's just, you have to just be willing to go for stuff. Maybe you'll mess it up and you have to be basically pick yourself up and go again, you know? Maybe you fuck up a combo or you do players do it all the time, even good players. Especially it's less likely in other regions. If you watch LCK, LPL, if you're watching top players, very rarely do they make any weird mistakes. They do sometimes too, you know, maybe someone fails a flash.
Yeah.
And you just have to just immediately bounce back. And that's something that Blabber's good at.
Yeah.
He will do some very dumb stuff in either scrims. Sometimes LCS, a lot of scrim stuff.
Yeah.
And it doesn't affect him. So yeah, that's what I learned, I would say, overall.
And then the switch now back. So you took from coaching back to player.
Yeah.
What did you relearn as a player now over this last 3 weeks?
It's been pretty hard, I won't lie, because
You're not making it look really hard. You're making it look like you're just dominating everyone, man.
No, it's hard, because I was just playing some NA solo queue when I was coaching, and then I started spamming in the off time.
Yeah.
But I didn't get to go boot camp in Korea anywhere, play for a month or two there, which I had done in academy. When I was in academy, I had just paid myself. A lot of the TLH players went, get Korean Challenger, and we had really dominant splits in academy in that year, in 2022. I think it's really helpful. So I wish I had known I was going to be playing in LCS. I probably would have gone to Korea, and I think I would be playing even better. But I just have to start spamming the game again. I'm competing against better players because NA solo queue and off time is not the highest level of competition.
Sure.
So it's been hard. I have to work on mechanics, communication, all this stuff. Scrimming again. Hadn't been scrimming. So I think I can play a lot better. Obviously right now, my stage performance have been pretty good, but I've been making quite a few mistakes recently, even if they don't show up that obviously because we're just winning.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more I need to do, champions I need to practice. There's just so much, and it's hard from the transition point, but I think I'm playing okay, and I think if I just keep working hard, I'll play better by playoffs, and hopefully we make worlds and stuff, and I can play Korean solo queue and we can get that experience and play against international players. That's long in the future, but that would be cool. So
Yeah.
I think that's all of our goals on the team. So
Tell me a thing that surprised you about this roster. Now that because you were there for the construction, but then being in it, like a thing that jumped out. It could be a player, or it could be just everyone.
I mean, I guess I think everyone was a bit surprising, like how well we're doing. But I'll specify, I guess, Revenge. I think Revenge was. I thought he was a solid player. I thought he was good on Immortals last split, but he's been better than I expected, to be honest. He does really well in lane against all the Korean tops. Like, he can compete with all of them. His champ pool's pretty big. His meta reads have been pretty solid, like, adapting to meta. So I feel like he's playing even better than I thought, and I already had pretty good expectations for him. So he's impressed me a lot.
You've now played and been a part of a lot of the LCS organizations. Let's just go with that last one over at Cloud9. What was something you learned from that was different than your time over at, let me make sure I get this right, Dig, TSM, Echo Fox, and Team Liquid? Is that right? Is that all?
Yeah. I played for 4 LCS orgs, basically.
And then we'll
I
get to
think-
Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, now 5, I guess. Yeah. I mean, C9 is pretty unique in how they operate. Like, they do things like they work out, 4 or 5 times a week.
Why does
Everyone's probably
everyone
heard
always
about
bring
that.
up the workout thing, man?
Because it's just funny. Like, I mean, I actually enjoyed the workouts. I'm not saying I mean, it's good. It's good to be healthy. I think it's a good thing, but it's just so unique. I think some other teams are doing stuff like that. We don't right now, but I mean, it's just immediately what pops in my head because it kind of becomes a meme when you're just doing it so consistently.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's one difference about the org. I mean, the org's very close because they still do kind of a housing setup.
Yeah.
So you're very. I mean, I wasn't playing, but definitely, you're in the LCS house. There's academy players, also screaming. It's just very close. So you're seeing academy players. It's that kind of structure.
Yeah.
But in general, I mean, they just get really good players and they focus a lot on their performance, and so the results are good. It's not anything too crazy, but they do it well. So it'll be fun beating them tomorrow.
I always find it interesting especially with players that have been around for a while and then have the opportunity to go check out an org like a C9, an org like a TSM that has been around for a long time, and peel back hey, was there a secret sauce to success that you didn't have when you're at Echo Fox or whatever that you compare it to one of those big orgs? But you've been now part of multiple successful organizations that have won championships, including this one now over at Evil Geniuses. So how is it over at Evil Geniuses, and maybe a thing that stands out to you?
I've enjoyed so far. Stands out. I mean, the office and living is very nice.
Yeah.
It's just a nice area, and the office is nice, very big. It's just very spacious. Just nice. The room's really big. It's just nice.
All right.
Honestly,
I'll get you out of that one.
Yeah.
All right. Cloud9 tomorrow. So I'm gonna post this one tonight or tomorrow morning.
Okay.
What makes them so dominant, and why are you gonna beat them? Don't give away draft charts.
Recently, they've been struggling, so
Hey.
that's obviously gonna be nice.
Yeah.
Take them while, hit them when they're down, kind of. But I think the reason I mean, it's just true.
A true veteran of the LCS right here. Get the wins however you can.
When you have good opportunities, it's great to take them for getting first place and stuff. But
Yeah.
I think their normal level of dominance, they just have strong individual kind of carry roles. M&S, Berserker, usually very consistent. Blabber, just really experienced. Generally plays well. I think right now, he's not in his best form, and it just is what it is. I'm gonna take advantage of that tomorrow. And even when he's his best form, I can beat him. So it just is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they just have good players. Their staff is Mithy's just a good coach. I worked with him, so gotta compliment him. Can't compliment their players too much because we're playing
using
against
a lot
them.
of good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to gas them up too hard, because we're playing against them. But for us, I mean, I think our individual players match up. It's just going to be about having a good strategy draft in the game, because that's probably where we generally are going to be weaker because we're newer. That's just what it is, right?
Yeah.
Recently, we kind of just beat people individually. We're winning lanes really hard. It's probably going to be close against C9. So I think we just have to play our game and just keep up with their strategy. They've been a team for a while, and if we do that, I think it'll be a pretty good game.
So multiple stops in your career. You've been either the guy or one of the guys, and then bumped off. This is, to me, one of the first times where you're the guy. Like, EG's not gonna make a change here, especially in the form that you're in. Do you feel like a little different when you have the stability of just no one behind you and you're the full-time starter?
I don't feel too different. I think I'm always someone who puts like pressure on myself, I guess, to perform well. And sometimes in the past, I was not able to do it. Like it didn't go well.
Sure.
Maybe put too much pressure. I think I'm better at dealing with it now, but it doesn't feel too much different. I just want to like keep up with meta, just like work really hard and just perform well. And like as I said it earlier, like I have so many things I need to work on. So
yeah,
for me, it's just focusing on that, and I try not to worry about like too much about anything else. And if I do that and we continue playing well, I think I'll still be here. So that's good.
Yeah. Lastly, I've been asking a lot of the vets in the space this. Tell me a story about an old teammate.
Ooh. Okay, there's a lot of options I can go with. Let me think.
Yeah, take the time, preferably something that
I
isn't...
mean, that's already what I'm...
Okay, yeah,
I'm already trying to think of like a good
story. It cuts out 90%
story.
of the Echo Fox stories.
Yeah.
But...
Not going that far back anyway. I was thinking TL already.
Okay.
I'm just going to go with like a positive story. Obviously. Like me and Bob Jenkins really likes dessert food, so we would like...
My boy, Thomas.
Yeah, we would order like dessert food. I would always order Baskin Robbins with Tactical and Core too on TL in 2021.
Yeah.
I forgot if he would join it in the Baskin Robbins, but he likes like cookies and like this type of dessert more. So we'd order desserts, not the healthiest, but it was fun. It was fun ordering Baskin Robbins with them too. Like I wasn't even playing LCS. Like I'd be in academy, like you guys want Baskin Robbins, and what was that 20? Maybe that was 20. That was 2021, right? Tactical was on TL in 2021, right?
2021, yeah.
I hope I'm getting the dates right.
Regardless, you're getting it right.
Dessert food, it's good.
All right.
That was a good story.
I
was instantly like thinking of all the things. I'm like,
come on, you can give me one that's a little spicier than that. Give me one that's a little spicier than that. Take the time, because you've got teammates, man.
No, you think
I think Solo's the one that brought us back to Echo Fox.
Oh, jeez.
He brought up Phoenix's girlfriend brought chocolates, and the dog ate the chocolates. Got sick, but then Phoenix was so pissed, he's like, just let me see the dog. Or something like that.
That is a pretty good story.
That's a good story.
Oh, let me think. Echo Fox. Fuck, I'm thinking of Delta Fox, which is like my first actual team. Because I was when I was in academy. I played with like Brandini. That was so old. I just remember me and you.
Who's that AD carry? Alltech?
No, God. It was
MASH?
Delta Fox Academy was Shine On AD carry. You probably don't know him.
Shine On?
Maybe you do, actually.
Yeah, I do know Shine On.
You might actually know Shine On, now that I think about it.
I do Shine On.
Yeah, it was Shine On, Big, Damonte, me, Brandini. This is completely
man.
That is crazy. That was 27. That was like my first team. I graduated high school early to play on that team. Like I had enough credits. I was able to get out in like January.
All right, give me a story about them. Because
we're
probably not going to run into
I just remember we were just not a great functional team. It was my first team. Damonte, me and him would like get mad at each other, I feel like, a lot. Maybe that was the next year. I mean, I love Damonte. I mean, we're a good friend, like we're friends, and I enjoy playing with him. But I think in that first, like when you're really new to competitive, and he was too, I feel like we would flame each other. I would like get mad at everyone, honestly. I was really like not a good teammate back then. That's the best I can give you. I can't give you any specifics, but if you watch this...
Was it in-game, or was it a review, or is it all of it?
Dude, I mean, I was so dumb. Like, I was either 17 or 18 back then. Like, I was dumb. It was just bad. I mean, I was dumb. That's all I could say.
All right,
Yeah. I wasn't that bad of a teammate, but like, when you're really new and you're losing, you're like not used to it yet, and then you learn to be more productive.
Are you a name caller, or do you just curse a lot?
No, nothing like bad. Like, I would just be like, you're inting, like, you're griefing me, nothing like, nothing bad, just like, just feedback that's not like, oh, we can do this better. It's like, oh, you suck, basically, which is not very helpful. That is, saying you suck to someone is a bit useless,
Thanks, man. Yeah. That sounds very European. All right, Armao, everyone, having the hell of a split to kick things off, and thanks for your time, man. Congrats on the success.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing your stories. I know we've got a lot of those stories, and thanks for picking one that I could use.
Okay, yeah, that was good.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. That was fun.
All right.
Hope Damonte doesn't take offense.
No,
he'll probably remember.
He'll be fine.
I mean, I don't remember specifics, but I just remember.